Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here to talk about this year's top 10 running back prospects. So, I am actually very proud of myself for last year's running back prospects because my top 10 prospects actually performed very well. So, I'm hoping I can get the same thing this year. But before we get into this, guys, remember, if you like this content, hit the like button. If you really like it, subscribe. And there's going to be many more of these. We're going to do receivers. We're even going to start getting into defense soon. So, let's get into it. So, first, honorable mention, we have Mccormick, the running back from the UTSA, who actually went undefeated this year. And Cincy was a very big reason for their undefeated season. So, he has very good patience in between the tackles. Is a back that lets his blocks develop. Has a good one cut, and for being a smaller back, he's able to find the red zone very often. He's in the red zone. He's able to find the end zone very often. Normally, smaller backs struggle in the red zone. You don't see that with McCormick, and maybe we'll see on the next level if that was because of the blocking at UTSA, which notably was very well coached and a very well built offensive line. So we're going to have to see maybe on the next level if McCormick still has that trait in the red zone. But I think he's going to go early day 3, late day 2. He's a very good back. He's going to be able to he's going to be a good third down back in the league. And even maybe able to work his way into a committee role. But we're going to have to see for Sincere McCormick. Next, our first one, we have number 10. We have Hassan Haskins, the running back from Michigan, who very well was a major part in the Michigan National Championship, the Michigan playoff run. So, this 6'1", 220-pound running back has very good power. For being a explosive back like he is, he has good power and good balance. And for a back that big to almost 230 pounds realistically, he's agile on his feet too. And the one thing that even against very good defenses like Michigan State, like Ohio State, he found ways to make plays. And that's what you really need in a back. I think Haskins isn't going to be taken before any of these backs going forward, but I think he may be one of the most successful NFL backs in this top 10 because he's going to fight for a roster spot and he's going to be able to make the most of his opportunities in the league because of his play style. Number 9 is Bam Bam Knight. The running back for the NC State has very strong shoulders, and this is one of the big traits that I have him under, is he never quits on a play. There was multiple times where he really didn't have good blocking at NC State, hitting the backfield. Very similar to what you see from some very good backs in the NFL can do, is find ways to make positive yardage on hitting the backfield plays. He loves, one downfall about Bam Bam Knight is he's an outside runner. He doesn't like to run between the tackles inside. And that might be a problem on the next level if a team that drafts him doesn't have solid tackles. So we're going to have to see where he ends up going. I have him going somewhere in day 2. Now, Jerrion Ealy, a guy that didn't have much playing time at Ole Miss. He's kind of a smaller guy, one of the smallest guys in the class, actually. Can play many spots. He played inside the slot some at Ole Miss. Was a running back at Ole Miss. Even played some punt and kick return. Very shifty back, but surprisingly strong for his size. You wouldn't expect a guy that small to be able to do some of the things he does and break some of the tackles that he breaks. But he's a powerful back. Next one is a guy that's actually slipped down my board a little bit, and that's Isaiah Spiller. He's struggled with some injuries in college. He has the best speed in this class when healthy. He has good vision and is an electric player. Injury is his main concern. He's probably a top 2 back in his class if the injury concerns aren't there for Isaiah Spiller. Number 6 is a guy that's kind of rose on my board recently, and that's Brian Robinson. 6'1", 240 pounds, is a big boy. He has limited production at Bama, only 1 year as a starter. Can catch out the backfield, which is a growing necessity for backs in the league, and is a strong runner that will not quit. Brian Robinson really stayed and showed commitment at Alabama to stay there, and knew he wasn't going to be a starter for a long period of time. He actually only got to start his final season. So I think that shows commitment with Brian Robinson. And I think a team will be very useful to have him on the next level. Now, Pierre Strong Jr. is very interesting. The South Dakota State Jackrabbit has a good one cut and is great in kickoff, but is a versatile weapon all over the field. He has 6 career passing touchdowns from the running back position, which means that he has been able to be he sells plays very well. We saw Joe Mixon throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl. A lot of that is seen in Pierre Strong. He can play anywhere. He played receiver early on in his career at South Dakota State. He even played running back some. And they had a quarterback injury 2 years ago, and he played quarterback and actually won them the game. So I think Pierre Strong's a very versatile weapon on offense, and you can use him all over the field, and he might get drafted because of that. Now, James Cook, another small guy in the class. He actually is noticeably small. I don't see that problem with Ealy. With James Cook, it's a bit of an issue. He's very small, but he's good in big moments. He's a clutch back with breakaway speed and good hands. And that's what the NFL wants these days. That's why I have him ranked at 4. Now, 3, I think, debatably, given more time, Jerome Ford's the best running back in this class. He finds holes quickly, he has hands, and has massive power and speed. Probably the best speed and power besides anybody in this class, both combined. Isaiah Spiller is the fastest guy in the class, in my opinion, and would be probably the number 1 back without all the injury concerns. Jerome Ford is going to be the best NFL back. He has every intangible you want as an NFL runner. Now, this is the guy I can see getting drafted the earliest, and that's Tyler Goodson, the running back out of Iowa. He's powerful in short yardage situations, which he's shown. He's a great receiving back. Tremendous receiving back, which is, once again, what I'm getting into. Teams want that. And he has good burst. I think the perfect fit for Tyler Goodson is Kansas City. They need a back that can consistently be on the field, and that's Tyler Goodson. Now, the number 1 back, his resume speaks for itself. The number 1 back in the class is Kenneth Walker. Jerome Ford might have the most potential, and Isaiah Spiller might be the best if wasn't for all the injury concerns. Kenneth Walker has answered those questions. Kenneth Walker hasn't had the injuries. He has long playability. He makes plays. And this season in particularly, he single-handedly put Michigan State on his back and almost led them to a playoff run. Kenneth Walker is a legit guy and is going to be the number 1 running back taken this year. He has a great change of direction, which I think is heavily underestimated in backs. So Kenneth Walker's my number 1 back. If you guys enjoyed this video of the top 10 prospects, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. This has been your boy Cass, and I am out. Bye, guys.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need